No, but you don't understand. There's a fucking city in Brazil that consists of the descendants of Confederate soldiers. And it's called Americana. You gotta look this shit up for yourself, because when you see footage of this, if you didn't know that this was in Brazil, you would think it's Kentucky, okay? Long story short, after the Civil War ended, about 100,000 Confederate soldiers and their families, they said, fuck this shit, I'm out, let's go, and they dipped. They dipped down to Brazil, and they founded this fucking city. And of course, they had no originality, so they named it Americana, and they started growing fucking watermelons and tobacco and cotton. And then what ended up happening was, after a couple of years, like more than half of them, they were like, the work conditions here, they're nearly impossible. We must return back to the Americas. And it's like, yeah, no shit, the work conditions are impossible. You're not allowed to use fucking slaves anymore. Regardless, a shitload of those Confederate soldiers and their families stayed down in Brazil. They learned a bit of Portuguese. And nowadays, like the younger people living in Americana, most of them, they don't speak English because, you know, why the fuck would you? But the older generations, they have a heavy Southern twang, and then they roll their R's. It's fucking bizarre. They'll be like, you know, I do feel like an American. I'm proud to be an American, but, you know, I've been living in Brazil for most of my life, and I done learned a lot of Portuguese. You know, it's fucking deranged.